Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are focusing on areas that you may want to move to if you're considering relocating to the Fort Drum or Watertown area. Today is an area I've been excited to make a video about because I really feel like it's a hidden gem in the area. It's right on Lake Ontario. It's got a ton of great restaurants and shops. It's really an awesome place to be in the summer. I love visiting there myself. I love going to the restaurants. Today we're going to be talking about Sackets Harbor. I can't wait to show you all around the town. We're going to be doing aerial videos, shots of the neighborhood. So check it out and we'll get right into the pros and the cons. So the first pro is going to be the most obvious one. Located right on Lake Ontario, the scenery, the nature is perfect. Whether you want to go boating, if you enjoy fishing in your free time, Lake Ontario is just the perfect spot to be. It's got boat launches, it's got boat docks in the area if you're looking to dock your boat, or if you just want to be down by the water. Lots of people come here in the summer just to visit because you have so many restaurants that the water attracts. It really is, the number one pro is being right on Lake Ontario and the beautiful area that is located in. The next pro I'm going to talk about is all the events that go on in the area. There's really a lot of cool reasons to visit Sackets. However, if you already live in the area, you can just walk to these events. Some of the really cool things that go on that I visit personally is the 1812 lacrosse tournament. They have the boys and girls, and that goes on a couple weekends during the summer. And people come over from all over the state to participate in these lacrosse tournaments, and a lot of it is due to the beautiful scenery that Sackets provides. You have the Sackets Harbor Brew York Festival. It's a really cool event where bands come again from all over the country on this one. You have bands from all over the country. You also have a lot of really great local bands as well as breweries from all over New York. That takes place right in Sackets Harbor. You also have the Porch Music Festival, where a lot of people, they just get music and they play them right on your porch. You can walk around. There's parades. There really is a lot of events that go on in Sackets Harbor, especially in the summertime. Another positive of living in the Sackets community is it really is a tight-knit community. It's one of those areas that has a small school where there's not a lot of students per grade, so everybody knows everybody else. So if you want to go to events where you're going to know people, recognize people, Sackets Harbor is the place to be. And again, they have a lot of cool community events, local events to visit throughout the year. Another pro to live in the Sackets area, and this is a sneaky one because you wouldn't believe this being up here in northern New York, is I'm going to say the weather is another pro to living in Sackets Harbor. Now, let's face it, it's still going to be cold in the wintertime and it's still going to be snowy. The beauty of Sackets Harbor is though it's right on the lake. A lot of the snow that we get in this area, it is from lake effect snow. Now, I'm not a weatherman, and I'm not even sure I'm explaining this correctly, but what seems to happen is the snow is actually picked up from Lake Ontario, and it carries it in, maybe 5-10 miles, and dumps on the rest of the county, but somehow it always seems to miss Sackets Harbor, where they do get less snowfall. So I'm going to have to check the annual snowfall statistics, but I'd be willing to bet that Sackets Harbor gets less snowfall than areas like Watertown, Carthage, or the Adams area. For my last pro, I'm going to give a little bit of another sneaky one here. One of the beauties of Sackets Harbor is the location, and I know I talked about it being right on Lake Ontario, but it's actually in a really convenient location because it's just off of Route 3. Now, when you get on Route 3, you can head right to Watertown, and you can be to places like Walmart or your chain restaurants, your Target stores, grocery shopping. It's just probably a 5 to 10 minute drive. So it feels like you're way outside of all that stuff, which is nice. But when you need to get those quick groceries or go to one of those bigger chain stores, it's right down the road, really not far at all, even though it doesn't feel like you're right in the middle of it. So that's another kind of sneaky pro that I find to living in Sackets Harbor. Final pro I am going to give for Sackets Harbor is the restaurants. People will travel all over to go out to eat. Not only is it great due to the location, they really do have great restaurants. Whether you're looking for wood-fired pizzas at Goodfellows, the Boathouse, which has a variety of items, eating right on the water. And one of the real highlights is the Tin Pan Galley. If you're coming up to this area to look at a few homes and it's the summertime, you really can't miss the brunch at the Tin Pan Galley. People come from all over the place. And if you live up in the North Country, I really feel like you should, or most people do, get up to have that brunch once per year because it really is a great place. It's really one of the best places you can have a great brunch. So if you're into brunch, make sure to stop by the Tin Pan Galley when you come up to visit. All right, we talked about the pros. Now there's got to be some cons to living in Sackets Harbor. And the first one I'm going to bring up, I kind of brought up during the pro section, is the housing market. It's a little bit more difficult to buy a home in Sackets Harbor. I have a number of people on my list that are looking to buy a Sackets Harbor home. However, they don't come available that often. There is less military in the area, and military members generally buy and sell more frequently. A lot of people in Sackets, once they own a home, they own it for a really long time. It is a small community, so there is less houses available. So if you're interested in this area and you see a home you like, you better jump on it quickly. Another con is lakefront living. You might think, boy, I'd love to own a home right on the water. There's not a lot of waterfront in Sackets, and I'm going to show you some aerial footage, but you see most of the houses are right in the village, where you might have one street that's right on the waterfront, and those houses are expensive if you are looking on the waterfront. But if you have the budget and the right one pops up, it's really a great area to be in. So one of the cons is the ability to find a house in the Sackets Harbor area. Another con for you may be the seasonal tourism. I mentioned a lot of those great restaurants. However, if it is a Friday or Saturday night in the summertime and you live there, you're looking to go out to eat, these are really popular spots. You might want to make sure you get reservations if you're eating at a restaurant that takes reservations, or you might have to wait a long time. Now, when I head out there, I don't mind waiting a long time because I enjoy the scenery. I love hanging out down there and being down there. But if you are a local and there's a lot of people walking up and down the street, checking out the local shops, visiting the restaurants, it may be more difficult for you to drive down the street, find parking, and those types of items. So seasonally, it can get busy on the main street, especially on a Friday or Saturday night, and that may be a con for you. Okay, so that is it for the cons. I usually come up with a whole list of cons, but I really like that Sackets Harbor area, so it was difficult to come up with more cons. If you're looking to buy or move in the Fort Drum area, maybe you think Sackets is for you, or maybe another area. I have a whole channel where we visit these other towns in the area that might help you make your decision. I'd love to hear from you. If you're looking to move, give me a call at 315-778-3503. I'll have a link or my phone number down below. Love to hear from you. Put a comment if you have questions about the area. Love to hear from everyone. Thanks for watching.